What up, y'all? It's Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Wednesday, November 22nd, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. David Cassidy, the teen and preteen idol who starred in the 1970s sitcom The Partridge Family and sold millions of records as the musical group's lead singer, died Tuesday at the age of 67. Cassidy, who announced earlier this year that he had been diagnosed with dementia, died surrounded by his family. A family statement released by publicist Joanne Gifford said. No further details were immediately available, but Gifford said on Saturday that Cassidy was in a Fort Lauderdale, Florida hospital suffering from organ failure. The statement said David died surrounded by those he loved, with joy in his heart and free from the pain that had gripped him for so long. Thank you for the abundance and support you have shown him these many years. The Partridge Family aired from 1970 to 1974 and was a fictional variation of the 60s performers The Cosles, intended as a vehicle at first for Shirley Jones, the Oscar-winning actress and Cassidy's stepmother. Jones played Shirley Partridge, a widow with 5 children with whom she forms a popular act that travels on a psychedelic bus. The cast also featured Cassidy as eldest son and family heartthrob Keith Partridge, Susan Day, later of L.A. Law fame, as sibling Laurie Partridge, and Danny Bonaduce as sibling Danny Partridge. It was an era for singing families, the Osmonds, the Jacksons. The Partridge Family never cracked the top 10 in TV ratings, but the recordings under their name, mostly featuring Cassidy, Jones, and session players, produced real-life musical hits and made Cassidy a real-life musical superstar. The Partridge's best-known song, I Think I Love You, spent 3 weeks on the top of the Billboard charts at a time when other hit singles, including James Taylor's Fire and Rain and Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, The Tears of a Clown, were also in the top 10. The group also reached the top 10 with I'll Meet You Halfway and Doesn't Somebody Want to Be Wanted, and Cassidy had a solo hit with Cherish. Rolling Stone magazine noted in 1972, in 2 years, David Cassidy had swept hurricane-like into the prepubescent lives of millions of American girls, leaving 6.5 million long-playing albums and singles, 44 television programs, David Cassidy lunchboxes, David Cassidy bubblegum, David Cassidy coloring books, and David Cassidy pens, not to mention several millions of teen magazines, wall stickers, love beads, posters, and photo albums. Cassidy's appeal faded after the show went off the air, although he continued to tour and record and act over the next 40 years. His albums included Romance and the awkwardly titled Didn't You Used to Be. He had a hit with I Write the Songs before Barry Manilow's chart-topping version and success hit overseas with The Last Kiss, featuring backing vocals from Cassidy's admirer George Michael. He made occasional stage and television appearances, including an Emmy-nominated performance of Police Story. Cassidy was 67. Lizzy Caplan is reportedly in talks for the much-delayed X-Men spin-off film Gambit. The 35-year-old actress will join Channing Tatum in the forthcoming 20th Century Fox movie, according to Deadline. Variety reported Caplan will play the female lead, although details about her role are being kept under wraps. Tatum stars as Remy LeBeau, aka Gambit, a mutant with the ability to control kinetic energy. Gambit is written by John Tutumer, with Gore Verbinski as director. The film opens in theaters February 14, 2019. Gambit was originally to open in October 2016, but has experienced several delays since. X-Men producer Simon Kinberg explained to Slash Films in August 2016 that he and his team are working to perfect the movie. He said, I think the truth is, when you have these movies that need a very special and unique tone, it takes a little while to find that tone. Caplan is known for playing Casey Klein on Party Down and Virginia Johnson on Masters of Sex. She will next star in The Disaster Artist with James Franco and is also slated for Extinction with Michael Pena. The California Film Commission announced Monday that Quentin Tarantino's upcoming film about the Manson family murders will receive a tax credit of more than $18 million, the largest of any tax credit awarded this year. The announcement comes one day after Charles Manson, the ringleader of the cult that murdered 5 people in 1969, on which Tarantino's film is based on, died of natural causes. Tarantino's film, which is being referred to as Untitled Number 9 for his 9th film, was one of the 2 big-budget movies to get a tax credit by the state this year. According to to Variety, films with budgets of more than $75 million have a difficult time getting tax credits. But as productions have been increasingly moving out of state and having a negative impact on local production jobs, California officials have been making an effort to retain those productions, such as the tax credits handed out Monday. The California Film Commission Executive Director Amy Lemish said, despite aggressive incentives worldwide, California is once again competing for big projects because we're able to provide the best overall value. Films today can be shot just about anywhere, so it's great to see so much production returning to the Golden State. The other big-budget film to get a big tax credit was an upcoming adaptation of Jack London's Call of the Wild, to be directed by Chris Sanders, which was given a tax credit of $17 million, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Call Me By Your Name was nominated for a leading 6th Independent Spirit Award Tuesday in West Hollywood. Good Time and Get Out earned 5 nods apiece, while Lady Bird and The Rider are each up for 4 prizes. Call Me By Your Name, Get Out, Lady Bird, The Rider, and The Florida Project are competing for the title of Best Feature. The nominees for Best Male Lead are Harris Dickinson for Beach Rats, Timothy Chalamet for Call Me By Your Name, Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, Robert Pattinson for Good Time, and James Franco for The Disaster Artist. Shortlists for Best Female Lead are Selma Hayek for Beatrice at Dinner, Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Margot Robbie for I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird, and Regina Williams for Life and Nothing More. In the running for Best Director are Sean Baker for The Florida Project, Jonas Carpanaggio for I, Caramba, Luca Guadagnino for Call Me By Your Name, Jordan Peele for Get Out, Benny Safdie and Josh Safdie for Good Time, and Chloe Zhao for The Rider. Winners are to be announced at a March 3rd gala in Santa Monica. The 33rd annual ceremony is scheduled to air on IFC. Comedians Nick Kroll and John Mulaney are hosting the gala. The UK was well represented among the winners at the International Emmy Awards Monday night, especially for actors playing detectives. Kenneth Branagh picked up a Best Actor award for his portrayal of a Swedish detective in the BBC mystery series Wallander, and Anna Friel took home Best Actress honors for portrayal of a British detective in Marcella, produced by ITV and Netflix. British comedian Steve Coogan took home the prize for his Alan Partridge's Scissors Isle, which won the Best Comedy Award. And the BBC won Best Documentary for Exodus, Our Journey to Europe, a 3-part series that looks at the migrant crisis in Europe. Other winners around the globe include Norway's Mehmet II for Best Drama, Turkey's Kara Sadab Endless Love for Best Telenovela, and France's Ne Me Abandonne Pas, Don't Leave Me, for Best TV Movie Miniseries. The United States was represented by HBO Latino's Señor Avila, which won for Best Non-English U.S. Primetime Program. Disney animation head John Lasseter announced Tuesday he's taking a leave of absence from Pixar for unspecific missteps that may have included unwanted hugs or other gestures. Lasseter, one of the founders of Pixar, sent a memo to employees announcing his plans to take a, quote, 6-month sabbatical following, quote, difficult conversations regarding his conduct as a leader to the company. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Lasseter wrote, "In my conversations with Disney, we are united in our commitment to always treat any concerns you have with the seriousness they deserve and to address them in an appropriate manner. We also share a desire to reinforce the vibrant, respectful culture that has been the foundation of our studio's success since the beginning. And we agree the first step in that direction is for me to take some time away to reflect on how to move forward from here." In the memo, he apologized to the recipients of any, quote, unwanted hug or of any other gesture they felt crossed the line in any way, shape, or form. The Hollywood Reporter said actress Rashida Jones and writer partner Will McCormick left as writers on Pixar's upcoming Toy Story 4 because of unwanted advances made by Lasseter. Lasseter said, "It's been brought to my attention that I've made some of you feel disrespected or uncomfortable. That was never my intent." He continued, "No matter how benign my intent, everyone has the right to set their own boundaries and have them respected." Lasseter also addressed he hopes that the sabbatical will provide him the opportunity to start taking better care of himself and to recharge and be inspired, and ultimately return with the insight and perspective I need to be the leader you deserve. Also on Tuesday, CBS News veteran broadcast journalist Charlie Rose was fired. The move came a day after the Washington Post reportedly says that 8 women allege Rose behaved sexually inappropriately towards them between the late 1990s and 2011. The accusers, who were former employees or people who sought jobs from Rose, told the newspaper he groped them, made lewd phone calls to them, and walked around nude in front of them. Rose has been a co-anchor of CBS This Morning since 2012. He also occasionally filled in as an anchor for CBS Evening News. Rose issued a statement to the Post saying he has advocated the career of women during his 45 years in journalism. He says, nevertheless, in the past few days, claims have been made about my behavior towards some former female colleagues. It is essential that these women know I hear them and that I am deeply apologize for my inappropriate behavior. I'm greatly embarrassed. I have been behaved insensitively at times, and I accept responsibility for that, though I do not believe that all of these allegations are accurate. I always felt that I was pursuing shared feelings, even though now I realize I was mistaken. I have learned a great deal as a result of these events, and I hope others will too. All of us, including me, are coming to a newer and deeper recognition of the pain caused by conduct in the past, and have come to a profound new respect for women and their lives. After initially suspending Rose Monday, CBS News President David Rose announced Tuesday that Rose has been permanently taken off the air. Rose said in a statement to CBS News website, despite Charlie's important journalistic contribution to our news division, there is absolutely nothing more important in this or any organization than ensuring a safe, professional workplace, a supportive environment where people feel they can do their best work. We need to be such a place. I've often heard that things used to be different, and no one may be able to correct the past. But what may once have been accepted and should not ever have been acceptable. CBS News has reported on extraordinary revelations at other media companies this year and last. Our credibility in that reporting requires credibility managing basic standards of behavior. This is why we've taken these actions. Emilia Clarke says she started to get really annoyed with criticism of Game of Thrones nudity. The 31-year-old British actress who plays Daenerys Targaryen on the HBO series addressed the show's penchant for racy scenes in the December issue of Harper's Bazaar. She said, I'm starting to get really annoyed about this stuff now because people say, oh yeah, all the porn sites went down when Game of Thrones came back on. She told the magazine. Clarke said Game of Thrones and other popular series, including The Handmaid's Tale, focus on sex and nudity because it's part of life. She said of The Handmaid's Tale, that is all sex and nudity. There are so many shows centered around this very true fact that people reproduce. People for pleasure, it's part of life. Clarke appeared nude in season 6 and 7 of Game of Thrones after not appearing topless for 2 seasons. She previously explained in a 2015 post that she's open to nude scenes if they add to the story. The star wrote, in drama, if a nude scene forwards a story or is shot in a way that addresses insight into characters, I'm perfectly fine with it. Sometimes explicit scenes are required and it makes sense for the character's story, as they do in Westeros. She says, if it's gratuitous for gratuitous sakes, then I will discuss with the director on how to make it more subtle. In either case, like a good mother of dragons, I'm always in control. Game of Thrones co-star Kit Harington, Lena Headey, Sophie Turner, and Maisie Williams co-star in the series. The show has yet to announce a premiere date for its 8th and final season. Jennifer Lawrence says the celebrity nude photo hack was an unbelievably violating experience. The 27-year-old actress said in an interview with the Hollywood Reporter Awards Chatter podcast that it's still impossible for her to process how hackers leaked naked pictures of her online in 2014. Lawrence said, when the hacking thing happened, it was so unbelievably violating that you can't even put into words. I think I'm still actually processing it. She also explains, I felt like I got gangbanged by the fucking planet. Like there's not one person in the world that is not capable of seeing these intimate photos of me. You can just be at a barbecue and someone can just pull them up on their phone. That was a really impossible thing to process. Hackers shared nude photos of Lawrence and several other female stars beginning in August 2014 after breaching Apple's iCloud storage system. Lawrence said she chose not to sue Apple because it wouldn't restore her privacy. The stars said, referencing to ex-boyfriend Nicholas Hoult, a lot of women were affected and a lot of them reached out to me about suing Apple or suing others. And none of that was going to really bring me peace. None of that was going to bring my nude body back to me and Nick, the person that they were intended for. She added, it wasn't going to bring back any of it, so I wasn't interested in suing everybody. I was just interested in healing. Lawrence previously declared the hack a sex crime in the November 2014 issue of Vanity Fair. She said at the time that the websites that published the leaked photos and anyone who looked at the pictures should be held responsible. America's Next Top Model released a season 24 promo Monday featuring returning star Tyra Banks. The 43-year-old model and television personality will host the reality competition's new season on VH1 after sitting out season 23. The official Twitter account captioned the video, "Missed her, at Tyra Banks is back." Hashtag America's Next Top Model. The promo shows Banks suiting up on the runway before asking the camera, "Did you miss me?" The television personality also shared the video on her account. Banks is the creator of America's Next Top Model. She hosted the show throughout its initial 22-season run on the UPN or the CW. She stepped down after the series was canceled and subsequently revived on VH1. The star explained in March of her decision to return to the show, "I missed my America's Next Top Model baby, so Mama's back." Hashtag America's Next Top Model. Hashtag America's Next Top Model 24. British singer Rita Ora replaced Banks as host of season 23. Banks had nothing but praise for Ora while announcing her return, saying, "Ms. at Rita Ora, you exemplify business boss brand to the fullest." British royals Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip celebrated their 70th wedding anniversary Monday. The 91-year-old monarch and Prince Philip, who's 96, rang in the occasion by releasing new portraits and dining with family and friends. Kensington Palace shared photos of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip in the white drawing room at Windsor's castle, according to People. The Queen wore a cream-colored dress and a brooch given to her by Prince Philip in 1966. The palace tweeted, wishing a very happy 70th wedding anniversary to Her Royal Majesty, the Queen, and His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh. People reported Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip were joined by their children, including Prince Charles, and grandchildren, including Prince William and Prince Harry, for a celebratory dinner at Windsor's castle. Prince William brought his wife, Kate Middleton, but it is unknown if Prince Harry's girlfriend, Meghan Markle, was present. Middleton wore a black lace gown and a special necklace for the occasion, according to E! News. Queen Elizabeth loaned the expectant mom her 4-roll pearl choker necklace, which was previously worn by Princess Diana. Property Brothers twin Drew Scott and partner Emma Slater were eliminated on the first night of finals of Dancing with the Stars Season 25. The two-night eliminated kicked off on Monday night with 4 remaining dancing couples, which also included Frankie Munoz and Whitney Carson, Jordan Fisher and Lindsay Arnold, and Lindsay Sterling and Mark Ballas. Scott received the title for Most Improved Dancer from Judge Len Goodman, but it wasn't enough to keep him on the show. The Property Brother had kind words for his pro dancing partner and his experience on the show. He says, "There's no way I could have done anything I did out there without her. It has been such a ride. I mean, look at the amazing talent. I can't even believe I'm here with these guys. Thanks to the judges and the crew and everybody. You made this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity." Dancing with the Stars Season 25 finale will air on ABC next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gwyneth Paltrow and boyfriend Brad Falchuk are reportedly engaged. The 45-year-old actress quietly said yes to the 46-year-old writer and producer after more than 3 years of dating, according to Us Weekly. Sources said Paltrow and Falchuk have been discussing marriage for over a year, but were in a hurry to get engaged. An insider says they both knew it would happen, but it wasn't a big thing to them because they were both in long marriages before. There wasn't a rush. Entertainment Tonight reported Paltrow and Falchuk have been engaged a year, but kept it a secret. Rumors starts to swirl after the actress was spotted wearing a ring on her left hand at recent events. Source said she had the ring a long time. Paltrow and Falchuk were previously married to Chris Martin and Suzanne Butnick, respectively. Paltrow said in the March 2016 issue of Glamour that she was open to marrying again. The star said, "I've always been very independent. Even in relationships, I focus on the quality of my life and not enmesh myself so much with somebody else's experience. But I think there's incredible value in being married." She added, "I guess I can see myself marrying again. I mean, I believe in marriage." Paltrow will next appear in Avengers Infinity War. Falchuk is known for co-creating Glee and American Horror Story with Ryan Murphy. Kevin Hart and Eniko Parrish have welcomed their first child together, a baby boy. The 30-year-old actor and comedian announced in a tweet Tuesday that Parrish gave birth to son Kenzo Kash. He wrote, "God is truly amazing. Kenzo Kash Hart was born at 1:45 a.m. He is healthy and already smiling. Thank you for all the prayers. We love and appreciate y'all. Hashtag Hearts." The Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle star also posted a short message on Instagram. He wrote, "God is good, overwhelmed with joy and emotion right now. Hashtag Hearts." Parrish had hinted Kenzo's birth was near by posting a baby bump photo and a sweet message Sunday on Instagram. She said at the time that she was 3 days past her due date. The 33-year-old model wrote, Dear Kenzo, you're now 40 weeks and 3 days past your due date. I know you're quite comfy and warm in there, but it's time. She also added, even though we don't have any control over when you decide to make your debut, we just want you to know that we are ready for you any day now, baby boy. It's time to meet your parents. We love you. Hashtag speak it in existence. Hashtag all on God's timing. Hashtag happy Sunday. Hart already shares 12-year-old daughter Heaven and 10-year-old son Hendrix with ex-wife Tori Hart. He and Parrish visited the Ice Cream Museum in Los Angeles with his kids prior to Parrish's baby shower in October. Big Little Lies and True Blood alum Alexander Skarsgard has signed on to star in the BBC AMC miniseries The Little Drummer Girl. Director Park Chan-wook is to begin helming the 6-part adaptation of the John Le Carré spy novel in early 2018. Florence Pugh is the co-star in the project, which is set in the 1970s. Park Chan-wook said in a statement Tuesday, to play an enigmatic man who hides his true feelings deep inside, I couldn't think of a more fitting actor. I believe Skarsgard's growing depth as a great character actor and his soaring energy will elevate the little drummer girl to higher places. The story follows an actress who meets an Israeli intelligence officer and gets entangled in a complex and high-stakes plot. A synopsis says, the BBC and AMC recently adapted Le Carré's The Night Manager for the small screen. Coco Austin and her family are gearing up for the holiday season. The 38-year-old television personality had a Santa's little helper with Chanel, her daughter with husband Ice-T, while decorating her Christmas tree Monday. Austin shared photos on Instagram of herself and Chanel completing the holiday tradition. The pair will celebrate Thanksgiving with Ice-T and other family members Thursday before ringing in Chanel's second birthday, November 28th. Austin captioned the slideshow, Ice caught Santa's little helper in action. She explained, it's a tradition that I put up my tree a week before Thanksgiving. A lot of families is coming into town, and I want my house to be very festive. Austin and Ice-T, who married in 2002, welcomed Chanel in 2015. The couple brought their daughter to Disneyland for the first time in August after throwing her a Minnie Mouse-themed first birthday party last year. Austin told E! News at the time, the party planner had asked us what is her favorite cartoon, and I was like, pretty much anything Mickey or Minnie. She just brightened her face up every time she sees them. Austin didn't share a guest list of Thanksgiving, but is close to her sister, Christy Austin, a yoga instructor. She shared a photo this month of her and Christy performing an acro-yoga pose in class. Television personality Kathie Lee Gifford and actor Dean Cain are to host the 2017 National Christmas Tree Lighting November 30th at the President's Park near the White House. The taping of the 95th edition of the event is to air on the Hallmark Channel December 4th. Set to perform are Jack Wagner, the Beach Boys, Winona, the Texas Tenors, Craig Campbell, Us, the Duo, Boys to Bow Tides, Mannheim Steamroller, and the U.S. Navy Band led by music director Steve Gibson. Additional special guests will be announced in the coming weeks, organizers said Tuesday. The 19-1-foot balsam firm from Wisconsin was delivered to the White House Monday. First Lady Melania Trump and Barron, her son with President Donald Trump, were on hand to accept it. Pink released a music video Tuesday featuring actor Channing Tatum. The 38-year-old singer shared a video for her single Beautiful Trauma with her 31.2 million Twitter followers. She wrote, the video for #Beautiful Trauma featured the lovely Channing Tatum is here. The retro-themed video stars Pink and Tatum as an unhappy married couple. Pink is shown completing house chores before performing several drug and alcohol-fueled choreographed dance numbers with Tatum. Beautiful Trauma appeared on Pink's 7th studio album of the same name, which debuted in October. The singer wowed with an aerial performance of the song Sunday at the 2017 American Music Awards in Los Angeles. She tweeted after the award show, last night was about honoring first responders, singing with one of the greatest voices I've ever heard at Kelly_Clarkson, and pushing myself to do something I was afraid of, and everyone thought it was impossible. I scaled a building while singing live. And finally, Beyonce is Forbes' 2017 highest-paid woman in music, earning $105 million pre-tax. This year, Beyonce had her 6th number one album with Lemonade and performed in her successful Formation World Tour, which grossed $250 million. She took time off in the summer to have twins Rumi and Sir in June. Next on the list is Adele, who earned $69 million on tour. Adele also came in second last year, earning $80.5 million from sales of her album 25. Last year's winner, Taylor Swift, came in third place this year with $44 million. Celine Dion came in fourth place, earning $42 million from her Las Vegas residency. Jennifer Lopez came in fifth with $38 million from her Las Vegas residency and her TV show, world of dance. And as your entertainment report for Wednesday, November 22nd, 2017, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving weekend. Good night, and God bless you all.